with me and
When was the last time you saw a cat care that someone died? See, my dog whimpers whenever I leave and
so
all
does
that.
my cat.
But like,
I just got a text from my grandma and she's like, "Your cats really miss you."
Man, that's a good cat though.
That's a good
I don't
cat.
know. I think it
All
depends
three of them.
on the species of dog though. See, certain dogs I don't like, because they're
Okay.
hairy, they're
Well, I like
nerdy,
my
they
dog.
shed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What dogs do you like and not like?
I would say more type of herding dogs or golden retrievers, stuff like
Oh,
that. Not real
okay.
big, not real small.
Oh, okay.
Something like medium size.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's what
don't.
I
I don't really know what to debate.
would say.
Well,
We just got here.
We
I would
just
say
got here,
I'd
but
say
did you do this before?
not here.
I've done this before.
He's done it before.
Oh.
Yeah. Usually the thing that people get the most up in arms
recording?
about.
It is.
That's recording, yeah.
It's okay, though. It's not live streamed right now.
Yeah, you're good. Basically, the things that get people up and riled the most are Israel-Palestine stuff,
Yep.
Abortion, or what's it called? Also, any immigration like ICE or like anything related to race and things along those lines. So,
like, we'll get called racist and fascist for being here. Like, we're not racist.
Mhm.
I have many black friends. I have many Latino friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
knowing my luck, I'm probably gonna get burnt by the sun right now.
Wait,
Oh,
but
me
it's
too,
like
dude.
a good
I'm cooking.
tan. So
It is a good thing. What's the UV right now? You guys know?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I hope you guys like find peace in knowing that cats are better, and
Okay.
maybe one day you'll be accepted into the cat.
Okay.
community.
If you like cats so much, name me every species of cat.
Nah, maybe
Name me every species of
5
dogs.
species. Of
That's
cat.
a Tequoque fallacy. It's a to you. Basically, it's like when someone asks you a question, you ask the same.
He's a little smarter than I am, just in case you wonder. He's a little bit smarter than I am. All right, wait. Who can name more species of their animal? You get cats.
Oh
You
my
get dogs.
God.
Who names more? Let's see.
Okay, you start first.
All right.
Roll it. Let's go.
Pit bull, black lab, golden retriever, border collie, Siberian, whatever the heck they call them,
Malamute?
husky,
I don't know.
doodle, poodle.
I had a poodle once.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably all I got off. So 6, 7.
So,
6, 7. 6, 7.
Yeah.
tuxedo, tortoiseshell, calico, Mancoon, Siamese, Sphinx.
There's
Hold on,
6. We need 2 more. 2 more for the dub.
That's a Sphinx. What's like like the Mr. Grumpy cat? Just let me think.
Wait, is Tabby a color or is Tabby?
Oh, yeah, Tabby!
I just gave her the
Tabby.
win. I just gave her the tie. 1 more for the win.
Okay.
What majors are you guys?
I'm undecided.
Okay.
And then
Freshman?
just an orange cat. That's it.
Orange cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
What major do you guys?
she said she's undecided.
Elementary? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What grade do you want to do? First grade?
That's awesome. Are you guys freshmen?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's awesome.
Where? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I ran track. I got 7 bucks in high school.
That's awesome.
Okay. Are you guys waiting to debate? No. Oh.
They're just support. They're morale support. Morale support.
I'll let you guys
Yeah.
debate. Okay. Well, it was nice to talk to you.
You
We
too?
have
Yeah.
to go and do schoolwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's your name? Nice to meet you, DJ.
Nice to meet you also. Pleasure meeting you. I'm heading out.
Yep.
I was like, I can't debate. I was like, some of this stuff I agree with.
Anything you don't agree with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play devil's advocate. As a political science major, I can't go against my beliefs personally.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Only thing I don't agree with is the abortion.
Okay.
Abortion? Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your argument?
The only argument I have against it, let's say, if it comes to saving the mother,
Right.
Okay.
then it's like, you gotta do it.
Okay.
And depending on what term they do it in, would depend on if it's actually child.
So, what about a C-section to save the mother instead of an abortion?
I could see that. As someone who has a mother and a grandmother who both had C-sections.
So do I. My mother did.
Hey, can you hit the button on the top of that then? The GoPro.
From the debate, but I'm on to it. I got a
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much is that ultimately, I think that's definitely the more rational decision. So Catholic hospitals in the U.S. is that they have specific policy to make sure that women are kept safe whenever they're pregnant and so on. And pretty much is that, as he said, is that usually they pursue things like C-sections or they try to deliver the baby.
Right.
But Catholics are very intense with how they, structure things. And there's a thing that's a fancy term called the principle of double effect, where pretty much is that they do not directly try to abort the child. To do that, they do a life-saving procedure that can potentially harm the child. So here's an example. Like let's say like if your wife, your girlfriend has cancer and she's pregnant, is that they would treat the cancer with radiation, but they wouldn't just like zap and abort the child to treat the cancer. So like that goes for things like infections and so on. You confirm that they have like a mass or some form of problem and you treat that and you try to save both of them.
Right.
Basically.
And so I would also say, do you also agree that so in cases of rape and incest, abortion should be legal?
So like my belief.
Yeah. Your belief on it.
I say yes.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I say that because not only is that bringing them the lady more trauma,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
it gives the opportunity for her to push that trauma onto the child once the child is born.
Right. So question. So how many people are on the adoption wait list for a child in America?
I'll be honest with you, I do not know.
1.5 million. There are over 1 million abortions in America a year. So there's more people waiting for a child than there is abortions being done.
Mm-hmm.
So every single one of those children could go to a vetted out, certified adoption family. Obviously, that's not always perfect. Stuff happens. It's not always great. But I think it's better. See, I'm a Christian. I believe every child was made in the image of God. I believe that they have their own DNA and they have their own chance at life. You show me a scan of a child that was conceived in rape and a child that was not conceived in rape, you can't tell the difference. Right. So I would rather that woman go ahead and have that child. She doesn't want to keep it, put it up for adoption. And people look for babies more than that's what I think is evil. We can just inject the spine of the child and kill it before it even has a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so,
two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah. I have also another question. Like obviously cases of rape are the harder cases. No one's going to deny that.
Right.
But my question is that even in the cases of rape, do you have like a certain cutoff point? Like let's say like a woman was 8 or 9 months along and like she wanted to get an abortion, like but she was a victim of rape. Do you think like she should be able to go through with that or?
So 8 or 9 months, right?
Yeah.
At that point, like you can't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
At that point, at that point, I would believe that it would be best to put it up for adoption.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby's already basically formed.
Exactly.
Its nose, its eyes, all that.
So at what point do you think abortion should no longer be legal? You know what I mean?
Like for even in the cases of like what you're
Rape
talking
and incest.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The baby starts getting its features. Its heart starts beating around
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 months.
Right.
Sorry.
Month
No,
and a half,
you're
month
good.
and a half.
I'll say anywhere before about that cutoff.
Okay.
Elliot.
I'll see you later.
So I definitely
Riley,
understand where you're
here.
coming from.
Riley, get
But the pretty much is that like whenever you kind of hesitate, like okay, like that's a baby, like that's a human being, pretty much is that we're just applying that standard the whole way through pregnancy. Is that basically before 6 weeks is that the baby is still alive. It doesn't have a heartbeat, but even there's people with implanted devices that make their heart work. Is that so long as they're alive and they're a human being and they haven't committed anything wrong, is that we believe that they should be protected. And as you even said, like with the fringe cases like rape, incest, and so on, is that we kind of get like this like icky feeling like, oh wow, that's developed. Like, and you can maybe argue that it's one's worse or the other in terms of degrees, but I think the fundamental truth is that if this is a human being that we're talking about, like a full formed baby, is that I think that the consistent answer is that we apply that the whole way through pregnancy, but then because we apply that, we just adjust society where we work around it and we help women
right.
who are going through situations like
Which, and there is plenty of help for them. And we also, we believe life begins at conception. So my stance is that life has to start somewhere. Every baby is born 9 months old. You don't give birth to nothing. You know what I mean? So that has to start somewhere. And DNA has created that conception. So like that's
Sure.
the way I view it.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Keep
Just
that.
as my overall thought when it comes to abortion,
Yeah.
and why I think it should be legal is that when it comes to the health of the mother,
Yeah.
that's where my thoughts totally go.
Right.
That's where my first thought is like once it comes to our health, like
If you have to choose between mother and child.
yeah, and if I'm not wrong, a mother in Georgia, it was either Georgia or Alabama.
Yep.
Amber Thurman.
Amber
That
Thurman.
might have been her name.
Yeah. So here, sorry to cut you off,
No, you're
but
good.
but like so Amber Thurman. Here's the interesting case, and I highly recommend you fact check me and look through this because so Amber Thurman technically died from pelvic inflammatory disease. She didn't technically die from not getting an abortion. And here's how it works. So she traveled to another state and she received the pills to get rid of the child. The child was already aborted inside of her, but basically, since the child was aborted inside of her, is that it's there, and usually the uterus is considered sterile. So what happens is bacteria gets in because the membranes and all that are messed up. But pretty much, unironically and kind of morbidly, like the child was marinating and
Essentially killed
yeah,
her.
and pretty much since she couldn't, the doctors were not sure if she could get a D&C because of how they define abortion and like all that. Is that the doctors were confused over the new change in policy. Sure, I can see to that. But the thing that actually killed her was that she got an abortion in the first place and the child was dead
Right.
inside of her. And what the abortion industry does is that they try to convince people that the reason these women are dying is because, as I mentioned earlier, it's not that they're not treating the disease or complication or pathology. It is that,
They make money off of abortions.
yeah, basically is that,
OBGYNs make money off of doing abortions.
but in that situation is that the abortion like caused the set into motion the infection happening in the first place. But even in the pro-life worldview is that everyone can see that you can remove a dead baby from a mom's uterus. The problem is intentionally killing that child in the first place.
instead of removing it the same way it would be if it was a live C-section.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all know people that have had C-sections. That's
Yeah.
that's hard. That's hard.
I wasn't, if you're born via C-section, you weren't aborted because it
Right.
terminates the pregnancy. But yeah, so that's basically our position on those hard cases. And I think it is a noble thing to be like, okay, I care for my wife, my kids too, but
My
like
sister.
I want to make sure that they're safe. I completely understand where you're
Right. And I think it's really hard for me when you get into like when a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old girl has been raped or whatever and is pregnant. What do you do? I think that's really, really hard. That'd be, like I said, it's 99.9% of your cases aren't that, which is just where I think the adoption thing comes in to cover that. But that's our stance.
completely understand.
Yeah.
Hey,
Appreciate you coming
What's your
up,
name?
bro.
DJ.
DJ, nice to meet you. Hey, how's it going? What's your name?
Sam.
Sam? Nice.
But one thing I do kind of want to talk about is college being a scam.
Right.
And,
Okay.
that whole the narrative, I guess, of it.
Okay.
I took a gap year myself
Mhm.
because I wasn't sure like if I wanted to go to college or if I needed to go to college for whatever I wanted to do. But I also didn't really know what career I wanted to go into.
Right.
So I found that there are a ton of jobs that you can like get without actually having to go to college, like
Right.
HR, business, anything like that, like construction trades, like all that is great. It wasn't of interest to me,
Mhm.
but I got into education, and I'm a mathematics secondary education major here,
Mhm.
and I just found that there's certain things that you can't really dodge around
Right.
when it comes to like not being able to go to college.
So with that, I would say the part of college I think is a scam would be the gen ed part. So like I think they should have it more focused. Nothing against college. I think they should have it more focused on your degree classes.
Yes.
We go to high school for a reason. We take biology, we take English, we take math. I don't think we should have to come to college and go thousands of dollars in debt to take the same classes again. We can all agree college is like a business, so that's kind of why we have to do it. So we're just saying like we don't. I think we push too many kids into college.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think you can agree by like how it lines up. It's just a pipeline straight to college
Yeah.
versus opening people's horizons to all the other jobs you can do without having a college degree.
Yeah.
That pay well.
I think the important part is there's obviously nuance more to that question because I'm college educated.
So I'm a sophomore here.
Yeah, but pretty much is that my position is that if you're going to go to college, like some degrees do require what's it called? Like some jobs do require degrees even to get in. So there's that aspect of it. But I don't think I think the big thing is that selling the idea that a degree is going to guarantee your success. Because here's another fun fact: is that the most educated, and there's plenty of reasons for this, but the most educated group that has the most degrees is actually Black women in the U.S. But they're the most poor whenever they come out of college too. And I'm saying is that if you're getting a degree, make sure it's what you like doing, but also you kind of have a little bit of common sense behind it. You work hard for it. Like you get a good education.
Like you have a plan behind it. Like,
Yeah.
What's your plan right now?
I just plan on becoming a high school math teacher.
Cool.
And kind of riding through that. Maybe eventually become an administrator of some sort, like principal or.
Right, and you need a degree to do that, obviously. So you're on the track toward that career.
Yeah, awesome.
That was my whole thought process.
Right.
Of, like coming here, and it's like I said, I didn't go to college right
Mhm.
away. I waited just to figure out what I was going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you you're going to college? You're obviously going to college now and stuff like that. So also another aspect of college being a scam is I know a lot of the institutions are kind of like they have a certain narrative behind them. And like what I'm saying is that the mainline churches and the colleges both have a certain ideology that I think has been pushed. And I think that if you go to college and so on, I think that you should strive to promote excellence in what you do and try to change people's minds, talk to people and change the narrative of what's happening. Like, as I said, we lost these mainline institutions, and a lot of mainline institutions back in the day were created by Christians. They're created by like these people to educate, glorify God. And what I'm saying is with your life is that you are going to education is like take care of yourself, respect others, that embody virtue and things like that. Like get good grades. And I know I kind of sound like your dad, but but as I said, when we say college is a scam, it primarily is the business that's behind it of just saying, oh, just go to that, you're going to be successful.
Right.
And
And
that's
I could also fall into the part where I'm a criminal justice major.
Yeah.
Goal is state trooper one
Right,
day,
yeah.
state police. They just dropped the college requirement. Now they give preference if you have a degree. So I'm basically going to get a degree I don't necessarily need right now, but I think it would give me a leg up.
Yeah.
So I work in 2 jobs while I'm going to school. I commute every day. So I think there's a way to get an education without going to college.
Yeah.
Per se.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think also differentiation is the difference between higher education and a college education.
Right.
Like a lot of people go to school for trades and you can still get an education through a trade. But I think the also thing is the idea of elitism that I have a degree, so I'm smarter
better than you. I'm smarter than you. I think we see that on campus here
for
all
sure.
the time.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's a huge red flag to a lot of people. And I think, as I said, is the merit of your character that you focus on yourself and you try to create families and so on.
Christian amount of excellence.
Yeah,
that's all.
basically.
All of our goals, obviously.
Yes.
Yep.
That's my stance. So what's your stance?
I mean, like I said, honestly, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I do think that I feel like maybe not so much mental health. I feel like they should be regulated more, in the fact that you should be able to take some sort of test or something. I don't really know what's
See, and my only thing with that, I think that gets into personal liberty a little bit. Like, make sure that someone's not like a convicted felon, like we have that.
Yeah.
Make sure that someone is not completely mentally unstable, just got out of a mental health hospital, whatever. Like basic background checks.
Yeah.
I don't want like extensive overview background checks. You know what I mean? I tend to be more of a liberty guy. Like you, I have personal liberty and freedom to do what you want.
Here's the thing also is that pretty much if you I mean you can buy guns online now too, but if they ship to an FFL or a federally licensed firearm dealer, is what they'll do is they'll ask you to fill out like a paper, or well they should. I mean if it's the law, but basically is that you fill out the paper and they run you through an FBI background check, and they also check if you've been admitted to a psychiatric institution. I can see the disparity because with mental health, is that I forget when it happens, but they used to have psych hospitals, if you're familiar, and it they do have places to treat people for mental illnesses, and you can talk about like kind of what he said about who, like, if someone has like schizophrenia, if they should own a firearm. But the point, I think the main point when it's non-negotiable is that a lot of the regulation that we think of is actually already in place. It's just the big question is, as he was mentioning, is the cultural aspect of things. Is that like basically guns don't just, well, with drones and stuff, maybe that'll happen in the future. But like
Right now,
but
guns
like
don't shoot
but
themselves.
not right now, is that like guns aren't going around and just like unaliving people or things like that. Is I think we need to focus on a people first approach. Is that like what beliefs are we doing that makes us like nihilistic, depressed, or like what makes us want to actually hurt
Act
other
in
people?
violence.
Like
what undertones are there to violence?
Yeah,
It's
and
usually not just someone waking up in the morning and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go
Usually it's like
unalive a bunch of people." It's gonna it's
here's also the thing. Here's another stat: is that one of the biggest, easiest ways to prevent violence. Oh, if you have to go, you have to go. But
no, you're good. I have a couple of them.
but like 76%, I think it's of murders or homicides. I'd have to check the official stat.
I have it.
But like basically, Mr. Fact Checker. No, but
I like
Got the
that.
receipts, got the
but like
receipts.
basically, most of these crimes that are violent towards people are from fatherless homes. So how do we fix the gun problem? We get married, we have kids, we treat each other right, and so on. You're
And
a
that
good
just
role
goes
model.
back to Christian values. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our big component. Like Christian family. I can't think of the word.
Christian family.
Christian. Oh my gosh, help me out. Huh? Christian ideals. Christian.
I get what you mean.
Like just
Lifestyle.
regular. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Parents are married.
Yeah.
Children.
Yeah.
Two-parent household.
Nuclear
you know.
family.
Nuclear. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nuclear
That-
family.
I have a dad, mom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what I think we need to get back to, because if you look here, per FBI crime statistics, individuals raised without a father in the home are 71% more likely to be incarcerated at some point in their lifetime. That tells me there's a massive problem
That's a good
with the nuclear
I didn't
family.
even think about that.
Not
I
a
knew that
firearm.
was an issue, but I didn't.
Right.
And usually the argument raised by a lot of people like who aren't Christian or so on, or more, I would say on the left, would be, oh, it's the system and stuff like that causing it. And I'm like, well, the system consists of people, okay? And pretty much is that it might contribute, but ultimately what creates good families is primarily our actions as people. And basically is that there's things like the housing market and things along those lines. But at the end of the day, is that if you stay loyal, what's it called? You are a good role model for your kids growing up, is that is far more significant than any strict law like I can think of.
So we're arguing more that it's a society problem, not a gun problem. That's more
Yeah.
our argument.
Yeah.
To short line things.
Yeah.
Streamline things. Yeah.
I got it. So
All right.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So.
Just so I understand,
Right.
is this an oversimplification? Do you believe that in general things are black and white? Like there's right and
I think
wrong?
that it depends on the issue, but I think that there is right and wrong.
Right.
Like I think that, I mean, this gets into like logic, is that some, like a proposition or a statement like by definition can only be true or false. Like is that if I say that there is a speaker there, that either this is entirely just an illusion and you're in the matrix,
Right.
or like or there is a speaker there.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I close my one eye and I see like a little bit of it and you see like a little bit of the speaker, is that we might disagree, but we're still arguing about
That
what
there
is
is a
true,
speaker there.
that there is something true.
So like
And-
there's different adaptations
Yeah.
to your reality,
And that's what I'm
but
saying, is
there
that
is a reality.
What-
What we're saying.
what I'm saying is that everybody disagrees, okay? But we are trying to derive a truth from that. And people might say, well, Goku, Vegeta, and all them, they're fictional characters, but like they're not real. And I say you can still derive a truth from them, you can say that, well, they're fictional characters. Like, that's true. You can say that maybe even power scaling, like one's more powerful than the other, but there's still truth
Sure.
to everything that we do.
Even if that gets a little overly complicated.
Yeah.
Power scaling.
Right.
Yeah.
It can get complicated, but I think that there is a simple moral truth in everything, or else we wouldn't be where we are today.
Like, even like kind of what he was saying is like with moral truths is that like we notice like a visceral reaction to certain things that like we know are evil. Like, for example, I disagree with many people on many things, but like in some countries, people disagree and say that, oh, child marriage is okay. And the difference is like you and me both recognize that that's abhorrent and evil.
Right.
But if you ask them, is that they'll be like, well, they're mature enough, they're not children.
Sure.
It's not that basically that we all technically kind of have it on our heart that it is wrong to do that. It's just that if it is true, like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
if that is the situation, then basically then it's wrong. Like, there is right, there is wrong, there's
There's an
beauty.
objective truth.